Good morning. It's Monday, January 6th, about 5:45 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are exploding higher after President-elect Donald Trump, his aides are exploring tariff plans that will be applied to every country, but only cover critical imports. This is what three people familiar with the matter said. It's a key shift from his plans from those hard stance tariffs during the 2024 presidential campaign. So looking at the overnight price action, you're set up for the day in the precious metals markets. You did see gold futures. They opened up the Sunday night session a bit higher here, but they weakened in the overnight session until a lot of these news headlines started to come out. Since then, we've seen a big reversal in key commodities across the board. So you got February gold at $26.59, up $4.20. That's just off the highs of the overnight session, which is $26.62.90. Looking at that March silver contract, up 83 cents. Big jump higher, up 2.78%. Your leader on the metals markets right now, trading at $30.90, so up 82.5 cents here. Big move higher after a brief dip last night below $30. Looking at the March copper contract, up $7.35, that's up 1.8 cents. The high of the overnight session, 415, we're at 414.85 last. You've got aluminum higher, also platinum, up $13 at 962. So that puts pressure on that gold-silver ratio. You look at that dropping back down aggressively from almost 90-1 to about 86-1 just on that overnight session. So the dollar index shedding off big gains here, where it was up at 108.90, now at 107.75. That's a 104-point drop, and we're seeing all the different commodity related currencies across the board moving higher, especially led by the Australian dollar, up here 70 points last at 62.88. Crude oil futures are higher as Saudi Arabia raised its plans here to lift and sell prices to outside markets at higher levels on Brent crude. You've got all your soft commodities up, your cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin breaching back through the $100,000 mark, and U.S. equities kind of a two-part, some better earnings coming out here, some better sales that are going on with different key technical and key AI stocks. And then you've also got, the CES, which is kicking off this week. That's the Consumer Electronic Conference here. But the NASDAQ up 214 points. That's a 1% move higher. So big moves across the board up. Now, that doesn't take things away from some of the risks that are coming out this week, because we are going to be driven by a lot of different economic data coming out as well. So shifting a bit of our focus here to what the Fed's path forward is on interest rates. I think it's still going to be a bit of higher for longer. That's why your gold market is lagging just a bit here, with only a 9% chance that they expect the Fed to cut rates 25 basis points at that January meeting. It really seems like we're anchored right now at 2 interest rate cuts this year. Now, we did have 2 Fed speakers that have already spoken over the weekend here, and then we're going to have your services PMI, your factory orders, more Fed speakers throughout the week, your ISM services PMI, and then from Wednesday on is where it gets really labor focused here and labor intensive with ADP unemployment claims. You're also going to have your initial claims will come out, and then your unemployment rate and your non-farm payroll change here. The non-farm payroll number, they're expecting 154,000 jobs to be created, and the unemployment rate ticking a bit higher than that 4.2% here. So shifting to today's probable ranges in the markets, you look at gold and silver here, big explosive move higher, especially in the silver market. 31.10 could probably be about the top end here if we see a continuation on the retail side of things pick up here. But what I'm going to probably be doing with many of the client bases here is lifting some stop losses, maybe buying a little bit of put protection with some week 2, week 3 put options here, and then maybe lightening the load here, trying to book some of the gains here and really ratchet up some of the risk management tool. Remember, 90% of trading is more risk management management, position sizing than anything else. You can get many of these trends wrong, but as long as you keep those losses really small, you are able to survive the game here and then be in it long enough to where you can catch one of these larger trends. Now, we did see Goldman Sachs push back and say that it's no longer looking at reaching $3,000 for the gold market in 2025. They're lowering that expectation to something closer to about $2,900, $2,850 is what I'm seeing out there. And it is basically saying that it's because of the fact that the acceleration of the rate cuts just isn't there given the high degree of inflation that we're seeing across the board. So you guys got any questions, give me a call. You'd love to get an account going with us or check out some of our research. We do put out a lot of research to our clients specifically covering all the commodity markets, everything from your ags, your livestock, your equities, your energy reports, and your metals all go out there every single day to the client base. So give me a call. You got any questions? 312-858-7303. Remember, futures option trading does involve risk of loss, may not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.